Hello everybody, this is my alternative design for OpenMW's launcher. I was looking for something that would be a little more friendly to new users, and this is kind of something I've come up with. So when you first launch the app and have never loaded Morrowind or anything else, I imagine that we might get a screen like this. It says quite clearly, "Welcome to OpenMW." Gives a brief description of it and suggests that we install a game since you can't really do much with OpenMW without a game installation. 95% of our users are probably going to be wanting to install Morrowind right there. But I also wanted a front and center way to install the example suite that's been worked on. I think this would be helpful for the efforts to get this into like the Ubuntu repo and stuff like that to make it very clear from the first thing they see that OpenMW can run more than just Morrowind, and that someone who doesn't have Morrowind can go ahead and play it and do something. Also figured there'd be a button for installing other games in case more things come along. I suppose if we get like 5 games created with OpenMW, then we could redesign this thing, but for now this seems like a good alternative. So for Morrowind, let's start with that. And of course all this is just a mock-up, I'm fine with changing any of it. I figure the first thing that should happen is if there's any installations of Morrowind on the hard drive, just go ahead and show it to the user. The current way, it asks them if they want a retail CD or if they want an installation, but I really don't see any reason for them to go for a retail CD if they've already got it installed. So something along the lines of this, but still have the option for them to install from another location if it doesn't show up. So that would bring something else there. Now, if the user doesn't have any installations that's detected, I imagine it would go straight from here to this screen and bypass this one. That would make it a little nicer, so they're not just showing a blank list here. So this is something I came up with for installing from another location. This is where the retail CD option would come. I figured it'd say CD, DVD. I don't know if it was ever actually sold on a DVD, but it would be good to check that. When you click it, first thing it does is check if you've got a CD or DVD on it. The current launcher actually doesn't even do that. It just the current launcher go through a number of install options before actually checking if you got a CD in there. So something along those lines. Steam. One thing I've discovered from the forums, especially if you're a Mac user, is kind of the best way to get Morrowind from a Steam installation is to trick the Steam client to downloading it for you. There's a JSON file, I guess, that you can create. And I thought, it'd be really great if the launcher could just create that. So I would click on this, and it says if you've purchased Morrowind Game of the Year Edition on Steam, you can queue it to download next time you start the Steam client. This will even download if you're running macOS or Linux. Launch Steam client and queue download. I suppose a link to say what is Steam, but if you were to click this, it would basically behind the scenes create that file in the location it needs to be in to say go ahead and download Morrowind and then launch the Steam app. That'd be a real user-friendly way to get this installed. So imagine you click this, it waits a moment, the Steam client starts up, and in the background here this dialog would appear, just saying it's not yet downloaded. The user can retry or cancel, and we can basically just check if the download is finished. So go ahead and cancel that. Another location would just find another location on the hard drive. I imagine that the if they've got it installed in Wine or something strange, well, I guess not strange, but something that can't be auto-detected, then this would be the place to go for that. And I was thinking that if I were a new user, I downloaded this, I might be interested in just having a quick link to be able to purchase the game. So these are a couple of things, if you want to buy it in Steam or GOG, just a quick that can go to one of those in digital form. Also, I looked on Bethesda Softworks website, and it talked about the Elder Scrolls Anthology Collection, which had a bunch of CDs, and of course one of them was Morrowind and its expansions. And Bethesda's website pointed to Amazon, Walmart, Best Buy, and GameStop. So I thought that might be a nice to have physical links to each of those in the same way that the Bethesda's website does. I put a small notice down here saying I'm guessing that we can't receive any refer link money from refer links or anything like that. So I thought it would be good to just say, don't, that we don't endorse or receive any compensation from the above retailers, nor do they endorse OpenMW. I imagine if this is something that we do, we'd probably need someone who's a little better versed on legal means to talk about this. But yeah, I'm hoping that a screen like this would be allowed because it's something that would be pretty helpful for new users. Going back a couple screens. For the OpenMW example suite, right now it's pretty difficult to install the example suite. First you have to go find it, and then you have to download it, and then there's a bunch of instructions on about where to put it, and that are platform specific. It would be great if there was just an install link right here. So click on that. It says a bit about the example suite. I just made this up. I'm fine changing the text to whatever. But yeah, just a fully functional demo for what it is, where to install it, and then you can install, and it goes ahead and does that. And then from there you can start. The next step would be to launch the example suite. Might be nice to have something down here to distract the user while they're installing, but just an idea for that. And then of course the installing of the game would just be a file chooser that tells you where they can go to the a directory for something else. So these are my my suggestions for an alternative launcher. I think that it's a lot more user friendly for installing Morrowind. It provides a better way to install the OpenMW example suite, and I think will just be a nicer way to do things. I'll have the pictures online and am open to any feedback. Thanks everybody.